What's up? What's up? What's up, Facebook fam? It is Tuesday, and you know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a favor. Make sure you're hitting the share button and making sure that all my one sexy wives know that I am live. I am so excited. And again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for hopping on. It is Tuesday, and White Chat goes down here on Tuesday. And so tonight, topic, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thank you so much for hitting the share button. I truly appreciate you. I really do. I hope you guys had an amazing, amazing Mother's Day. I know that I was so blessed and I was able to relax and not do much. And they got me good food and everything like that. So I just hope that all the mothers that are out there enjoyed their special day. And Mother's Day is only one day, but you should make sure that you take care of yourself and love up on yourself on a daily basis, right? Because we do so much as mothers, and we shouldn't just be celebrated one day. So make sure, even if your family's not celebrating you, you take the time to celebrate yourself. And so again, thank you so much for joining me here on Wife Chat. And this chat comes all the way from London, England. Yes, all the way from London, England. And an amazing woman by the name of Marie. She said I could say her first name. Wanted to talk to me about, why do men go silent? She wanted to know, why does her husband go silent on her? And so I wanted to really, dive into this and help us, because, most of us have been in a situation where our husbands has went silent, and we think, what is wrong with them? How come they're not responding? What's going on with them? Have they lost their mind? All those different kind of things. So I wanted to talk to you about, why do men go silent? And it's very normal for them to go silent. The problem is when they go silent, right, is when do they, how to bring them back from going silent, right? So let me just play my little intro, and then I will be back to talk to you about why men go silent in our marriages. All right, you guys, show me some love in the comments. Let me know where you're joining me from. I truly appreciate you guys. Again, thank you so, so much for joining me. Thank you so much for hitting the share button. I truly appreciate you. Again, I hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. And this chat comes from, like I said, a woman all the way from London, England, named Marie. So, I'm sure she's not watching, because this, whole different time. It's, I think, an 8 hour difference. Hello, hello, hello. Tuning in from Maryland. Thank you so much. I'm from Maryland. Well, I live in Maryland too. I'm not from Maryland. I'm really originally from Texas. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, the first thing I want to tell you about why men go silent is because, for the first thing, is they want to control their emotions. They really do. They want to control their emotions. And what do I mean by that? Hi, Kiana. Hi, beautiful lady. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are hitting the share button. They want to control their emotions, right? Because if it's an emotional thing that is going on in your life, in your marriage, during the conversation, most of the time men don't want for you to see them cry, or for you to see them not have the answer to the question. They don't want you to see their emotions, because you got to remember that most men were raised from little boys to suck it up. Little, men don't cry, boys don't cry, suck it up, get up, if they hurt themselves or whatever. So really what has happened is that we, as parents raising boys, trying to make them men, right, have made them check out emotionally, for real. A lot of times men don't want to show their emotions. So that's the number reason why they go silent, instead of breaking down and saying, this is how I feel, or crying, or whatever, they would rather just retreat and say nothing, right? Thank you so much, Jackie, for joining me. Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. So that's the first reason why they retreat, because they don't want to show their emotions. Now, with women, right, we are taught growing up, to show our emotions, to express ourselves, to do all of those things, but not with men. Number two, most of the time they feel that they can't win anyway, right? They can't make us happy, right? Especially if they know that we're right. And we are, as women, are good for making sure when we're right, that they know that we're right, that they should have done it our way, they should have said it our way. However that looks, we make sure that we stay on top, right? So a lot of times they retreat and don't say anything, for the simple fact is they feel they can't win the conversation anyway. And most of the time, most women can out talk a man anyway. You can just look at little girls and little boys, and they're playing, and she's bossing him around. She talks more than him. She tells him what to do and all of those kind of things. It's the same thing we do as women, right? We're just talking to grown up little boys in a sense. It's not right, but it's so. And let me just tell you, I got all of these points from my husband. I told him, I said, I have this client, and I said, she's dealing with a husband retreat. And he said, this is the reason why I retreat. This is the reason why most men retreat. So I just wrote them down. So I'm just giving it to you from my husband, because he's like, gee, most of the time when you know that you're right, you're going to rub it in, and you are going to not let me win anyway, or let me have some. So I just be quiet. So the second thing is that they feel that they can't win anyway. And if you're guilty of this, which most of us have been at some point in time, it's not a good thing, but it's a woman thing. I hate to say it, it is. Number three, most men really don't like to argue. Most men really don't like to argue. And a survey that was done in 2020 said that the reason why most men filed for divorce in 2020 after COVID was because they was tired of arguing with their wives. 65% of divorces are filed by the woman because they have done everything that they think that they can, and they just throw their hands up. But let me tell you, the other percentage that are filed by men, their number one complaint was they are tired of arguing. So most of the time when men go silent on us, it's because they just don't want to argue, right? And again, it goes back to, we can fire off, and we can say more. We put our thoughts together quicker than they do. And so they just feel like they don't even have the reaction time that we have. So they just retreat. I'm 100% guilty of that, right? Because Gail is very much a thinker and a processor. So he thinks about what he wants to say, even when we're arguing, because he don't want to have to say he's sorry later. For me, I will just let it rip. And then if I got to apologize, I'll apologize later, but I didn't say what I want to say, right? And the thing is that a lot of times I have to apologize because I have said hurtful, not nice things, because I don't give myself a time to think it through. Most men think things through before they react. They think about how is this going to affect me? Am I going to go to jail for this? Or what, they think it through. With most women, we just fly off the handle and we deal with the repercussions later, right? So they don't like to argue, right? And statistics will say that for most men, not just my husband, but for most men, right? And like I said, the percentage of men who filed for divorce in 2020 is because they got tired of arguing with their spouses. Number four, they need time to think things through. Their brains don't operate like our brains, right? They are not multitaskers. Like for us, we could be on the phone talking to our girlfriend, be cooking and doing homework with the kids all at one time, and we don't miss a beat. With men, they're very structured. They're very checklist. Let me cook first, finish that project. Then I will do the kids' homework, check that off, and then I will talk to my friend, right? They are not multitaskers, and you can know that when if you send them to the store. If you send them to the store without a list, they're gonna call and make sure that they ain't forgot nothing, right? It's just the way that they're wired, and it's just the way that they think things through, right? And that's the reason why I hate to say it that most men run companies or get promoted a lot faster than women because they're very strategic thinkers. Most men are strategic thinkers. Not saying that women are not, but I'm just saying when you look at the growth of men compared to women in the corporate world, it's because they're very strategic about the relationships and all of these different things that they do. And it's the same way they are in their marriages and in their relationships, right? So they like to think things through, and they like to see have an end to whatever it is. When you're arguing, that's the reason why they can argue with you. And once you're done, 5 minutes later, they trying to rub up on you so they can sleep with you. It's because they think things through. Once it's a period behind it, they're not trying to keep it going. They're not trying to hold on to it. With us, you like get off of me because I'm not done. Even though we're not talking about it no more, I'm still holding on to it. I hope this is making sense for you guys. And number 5, they feel sometimes that they can't make us happy no matter what they do. So that's the reason why they retreat to silence, right? You say, I need for you to tell me that I'm beautiful. They say you're beautiful. You know that I didn't gain weight. Why are you saying that? So then you put them in a situation where you make them lie to you, right? And they feel that they can't win anyway. So therefore they retreat. They're like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to tell her she's beautiful, because if I tell her she's beautiful, then she going to talk about her weight. And if she didn't gain weight, if I say, yeah, you gain weight, then, oh, I'm fat to you. We put them in this cycle, right? And we make them lie to us. So instead of lying, they just retreat. They go 100% silent on us, right? And it's hard because we're talkers. We want to talk things out. We want to resolve issues. We want to do all of those things. But the question really becomes, do we have to do it right then and there? Especially when you know that they're struggling, especially if they have begun to retreat and they went silent on you. And you know your husband, when they have went silent in the conversation, it's time for us to stop. It's time for us to stop and allow them to get their thoughts together, because the more we keep pressuring and we keep asking and we get frustrated and we're like, don't you hear me talking to you? Answer me or whatever. Then that pushes them over into anger, because then they think that you're trying to be their mother and tell them what to do and make them answer, right? And then we get answers that are hurtful, and then that causes something else. So the first thing to deal with when your husband has begin to retreat or go silent on you is, first thing, stop. Just stop. Stop the conversation and say, we will pick this up later, because he needs time to process in order to give you the answers that you deserve. And he will. And it might take him a couple of hours, or it might take him a day or so, but he will give you the answers that you deserve. Number 2 is, don't put them in a position where they lie to you, right? And going back to the weight thing, right? Don't put them in a position where do I look fat? If he says yes, you're going to be mad. If he says no, then you're going to question, is he telling you the truth? So don't ask those questions if you really don't want the answers. And so don't put him in a position to lie. And like I said, all of this stuff, Gail Crowder is 100% guilty of. That's why I can come on here and talk to you guys so freely and don't even need notes, because I'm guilty of it. And I know I'm not the only one. And the last thing is, when your husband goes silent and he needs to be emotional, support that. because a lot of times we are so angry that we can't see that they're getting emotional. We can't see that their eyes are welling up. We can't see when they walk away, then, they're walking away because they don't want for you to see them be emotional or cry. And then we get to talk about, well, just walk away then. Don't be walking away. And we doing all these things, trying to pull them back and all of these kind of different things that we do, right? But it's unhealthy because they need to have a place, a safe place to be emotional, and you need to be that a support system for them. So I pray that this has helped someone that has been dealing with a spouse that went silent, right? And I don't care who you are, you have experienced some form of your spouse going silent, and these might be the reasons why. And my prayer is that you use some of these and use some of these tools and stop it from happening so often if it's happening a lot, because they want to communicate with us. They want us to be, for us to hear them out. But sometimes they don't calculate and they don't calibrate as fast as we do. So we got to give them the space, because again, they're not wired the same way we are. Like, they're not wired to multitask and do a bunch of different things, argue with you and process what I'm going to say and not hurt her feelings and not hit below the belt. All of those kind of things are going on in their head as we're just firing it off, asking a bunch of questions and doing all the things that we do as women. And so again, I love you guys to pieces. I pray that this teaching has been very helpful for you. I do have some workshops that are coming up, and my prayer is that you will support it. I'm going to do a workshop on sexless marriages, roommates, because I'm in my practice, I'm getting so many people that are saying that we're just living like roommates. What do I do? So that's going to be on June the 12th at 10 a.m. So start looking out for those things. Again, my workshop for the Good Girls Guide to Dirty Talk is 100% full. So I'm going to be doing that again probably in July. So thank you guys so much for supporting that. But I will be doing the sexless marriage roommate thing on June 12th, because again, so many people are dealing with that, and it's not something that you should be embarrassed about. Every marriages have ebbs and flows. And even though I teach about intimacy, love, and sex and all that kind of stuff, Gail and I have been in that situation. So I want to help women get out of that. So start looking for that. I'll start posting about that probably by the end of this week. I love you guys to pieces. I pray that you had an amazing Mother's Day. I had a phenomenal Mother's Day. If you need me, you know how to contact me. You guys can go to my website, gailcrowder.com. I offer a free 15-minute discovery call. And again, I'm just here to help you guys on this journey called Wife Life. Have an amazing, amazing night. If you have any topics you want me to cover, you can put them in this on the thread, or you can email me, or you can inbox me. I will never give your name or anything like that. I just want to see you win. See you guys next Tuesday at 8:00. But also join me on this Thursday, because I'm going to be doing evening tea with my girlfriends. We're going to just hang out, dish some tea. So I will see you guys on Thursday. I love you guys to pieces. Have an amazing, amazing night.